Catacombs are underground burial chambers that date back to the 1st century, the most famous of which are in Paris and Rome. This morning, Montse Rocosa takes us to the Catacombs of Neto in the heart of Milwaukee, a place for art inspired by life and death.
Below the city of Milwaukee's iconic skyline, below the streets, cars, and feet, is Ernesto Neto Atkinson's studio.
That's what I'm going to draw.
An artist from Guatemala.
When I'm making art, there is a conversation that goes through me.
Bringing with him a piece of home.
In Antigua, where I come from, the cathedral is right in the center. The Central Park is around. Here we have the historic Third Ward, and so it's really center. And so that's kind of like what motivated me also to continue following my dream here.
That dream located in the lower level of the Marshall Building, known as the Catacombs of Neto.
Oh, you know what? I want to create my own catacomb, so where my artwork is at rest, but it only comes to life when people come and see it.
Catacombs have been around for centuries as a way to honor where the dead are buried. That's where Neto, as a child, worked as a tour guide.
So at 7 years old, this is where I used to come and play when I was a little kid. This is the origin of the Catacombs of Neto.
What is it like for you being a tour guide at a catacomb as your first job and now having this exhibit at a catacomb? Is that a full circle moment for you?
That's a wonderful question, you know, and I think it is. You know, like I feel like in our life we are always witnessing something and we are always touring our own path, right? And we don't know that sometimes, you know, what will we find? But the stories that we create.
His path to art started after witnessing death at a young age.
I started because my biological father passed away, and so I had to work and feed my family for that time. So I started utilizing little sketches and poetry.
Every sketchbook filled with ideas is now displayed in his exhibit, allowing him and you to move through grief.
That's the beautiful part about art, you know, like the more that you go in, the deeper, you will never find the end. Almost like being in a catacomb. The more that you find the darkness, you're like, what's in there? It wonders, you know, creates wonder and awe.
Created through life experiences.
Life is like a bubble. It's very beautiful, colorful, but very fragile. So if we don't own that moment, then it's gonna burst.
And objects left behind.
You know, I go to the lake and I find rocks, I found sticks, and then I come back and put them all together and create a piece.
Though it's a style he finds difficult to describe.
My work is informed from the not yet language of an idea, which comes from all my experiences, all my thoughts. I don't want to label it as cubist, abstract, or conceptual, because it is not that. It's more than that. It's a vivid experience that can relate to anybody else.
With the names and descriptions of each piece of work written in English and Spanish, Neto says this is Milwaukee's first bilingual art exhibit, which he hopes connects past words.
I am a great believer that when words fail, art speaks.
Speaking in dark rooms and interactive displays.
So the more that you look, the more that you will find.
Finding, perhaps, a piece of yourself on the canvas.
Art can bring everything together into your own heart. And I feel like if you are able and willing to open up a little bit and see something, even if you don't like that painting, please take that, because that is an emotion. That's an experience that you can take, and I think is very powerful.
Power in something universal, shared by those above and underground.
Art does not belong to me, right? And this does not belong to me, because I am a vessel to share it. I feel like something that I've learned here in Milwaukee is that everybody says it's a small walkie, right? And I feel like that's what bringing the catacombs is doing, is making a smaller world for us to share, where we can find all of these beautiful things together.